Welcome to the Purposeful Fitness with Coach Ola, where I dive in deeper into holistic health and fitness topics that would help you stay inspired, motivated, and dedicated to living a purposeful fit life while pursuing for the Akhirah. Hey, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the 28th episode with Coach Ola. Today's guest is going to be a solo episode, which has been a very long time. And there's a reason why I did take a little break and why I did not bring a guest for today. To be fully honest with you, I do have a pre-recorded episodes and guest interviews that I do need to edit. And I did take a time off with a reason, which I will share with you in a bit. So why did I take time off? Why did I not stay consistent with the show? Although I mentioned that every Wednesday a new episode will come out. Well, to be honest with you, I took a little bit of time off because life has become a bit too much on me and that I needed to take something off my plate. So podcasting was something that I needed to take a little break as it was creating a little bit of stress on me. As I was chatting with one of my friends who's also another health professional, we were talking, and then she mentioned to me, why don't you try to have more solo episodes? And, and I told her, it's really important to have guests on. But I took time to reflect on myself as a fitness professional and as a personal trainer and how much I really have to say and offer back to the world. And I told myself that is so true. I have a lot that I want to share, but I have been a bit afraid to do the solo episodes for a couple of reasons that are kind of personal. So here I am, I'm back, and let me tell you, even you as a listener right now who might be on your own fitness journey, your workouts and what have you, you might fall off the wagon, whether it's your diet, you eat that ice cream, especially we are in the summer, and as I'm recording the episode, it is July 24th. So smack in the middle of the summer, right? You might be falling off the track with your fitness journey. You might lose the motivation to do it. You might, be on vacation where you're not going to be in the mood for workouts, or you might be out and about eating at restaurants and what have you. So these things happen on a regular basis, and it happens to fitness professionals as well. And I want to talk today about a couple of things. One is the reality of being a fitness professional and entrepreneur and how that is related to everyone who is also on their own fitness journey. I want to talk to you on how I got myself back on track with my own fitness journey, my workouts, and I also want to tell you how I failed off the track and how I got myself back on it and why giving up is not an option. So again, in today's episode is going to talk on how you can pick yourself back on track. It's an inspirational, motivational episode, so inshallah you are able to find it helpful to get yourself back on track as well. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me on my website or on my social media handle at BFitsForAkhirah. On my website, you have a contact form where you can fill it in with your email address that I can access to and reply back to you, and that you can just mention your email, that way I can reply back to you. I did receive just recently, this past week, someone who came on my website and had a question about an eating disorder and then fibromyalgia, and I wasn't able to really reply back. So I wasn't sure if someone who follows me on Instagram or social media, or someone who listens to this show. I wasn't able to tell because it only showed me the visitor number ID, but there was no email to track and reply back to this person. And I really want to help back, but then again, I couldn't find the contact information. So I apologize if you're listening and that's you. And again, if it's someone else and you still need help, again, you can find me on social media or on my website. I am taking about 48 hours, sometimes a little bit more to reply back, but I'm doing my very best to get back to you within proper time. So this is really fun, you guys. For the first time in my life, I am finally recording away from my desk. I usually have my mic hooked on this stand right on my desk. And then yesterday I did not have any choice but to record an interview away from my office. I literally carried with me my mic and a stand that it came with it. It's not super strong, but it is something to use, right? And so I recorded out in at George Mason University at the pool deck. There's an office that we use, and it was really fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's stopping me then? Like, what are my excuses? So then I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna challenge myself today and record away from my desk. So right now, I know you cannot see me, but I am literally sitting on my bed. It's really important to take time out, and that's what I'm gonna dive in deeper today. So first of all, I want to talk to you about the reality of being a fitness professional and an entrepreneur. As you know, just because there's someone out there who might be a personal trainer, a group instructor, a swim instructor, or what have you, doesn't mean that they should and must look a certain way. Yes, it is very important for us to be preaching what we practice, or practice what we preach, right? That's definitely a must, but it's also like life happens to all of us, right? Whether we get injured, whether we are emotional and like we sometimes have to fall into that emotional bandwagon of eating, or whatever the circumstances are, it also happens to us. And then on top of that, being an entrepreneur is really a challenge, as you guys can tell, or you might know someone. So first of all, I'm going to share with you the reality of what's happening in my house, just to keep things into perspective, and that if anyone who's listening right now and wants to start a business or is currently a business owner, you will understand the reality. So my parents are still nagging me to go find a full-time job, to like quit this thing that I'm doing, find a stability in my life, which I completely understand and I completely agree. But at the same time, I really don't want to give up on this, right? So as you might have listened to my first 2 solo episodes, Be Fit for Akhira has started about 5 years ago. So I'm getting close to that 5-year anniversary, which I'm about to put together something in to celebrate, inshallah, goes well. But yeah, so 5 years ago, it all started as a little project that I turned into a business just about a year ago. So it's literally about a year and a half that I'm into business now. And the mindset, you guys, is really important. Like, it's something that cannot be undermined. So even with your own workout program that you're following right now, it is so important for you to have a strong mindset. So once you have a strong mindset and you're about to go work out, you're gonna go for it, no matter what happens in your life, right? Same thing with being a business owner. So that's just that. So I am right now, my 2 interns that used to work with me, their terms have ended, and then I also like learned lessons just through that. So right now I'm the one who is recording, editing the podcast. I'm the one who is running the social media. I'm the one who's replying to the messages. I'm the one who is sending emails. So I'm like, as you have heard the term, carrying multiple hats, which is really true, and that is a bit of stress and pressure, right? So here I am I'm the only child as well. So being an only child at home, trying to take care of myself, of my own parents who, are getting close to a senior age, retirement, it's only going to get harder for me. It's not going to get easier. I'm not here to like build any sympathy or empathy from any of my listeners, but I'm trying to make it sound really real, that I understand how you guys feel if you are down and are not in the mood. And it's so interesting that I have been getting a lot of feedback and women reaching out to me telling me that they're either going through depression right now or anxiety. And that made me realize that just this past 2 days and this weekend, that I need to continue in standing up for mental health. And I did like a story on my Instagram that I share on Facebook as well, on why I am passionate about mental health, my own experience, which is all in details in the first 2 episodes. So go back to it if you haven't. And the amount of response I received was amazing and tremendous. It just made more women speak up, saying me too, or like, I'm going through it right now. Depression, and like, not, they're afraid to see a doctor or what have you. And I was told to speak about it on my podcast, on a mindset, and like much more. So I'll have more episodes on that to come. But today is just to tell you that I took time out from releasing any new episode for the sake of taking time out to reflect. And that is something I encourage you to do right now, to take time out of your day, whether it's today that you're listening to this episode, or whether it's tomorrow, in the future. Do take time off. Take, whether it's 15 minutes, a week, a day, a month, what have you, and just to reflect and cut out, maybe you need a time off from social media. Maybe you need time off from, I don't know, something that's kind of toxic for you. So podcasting is not toxic for me, obviously, but if it's something that is creating pressure on you or that is creating stress on you, then cut it out for a little bit, go back to something else that needs your attention. And then once you have figured or found that balance, or you're able to get back on it, then go back to it. And that's exactly why I'm back here on recording for you and speaking to you. With that being said, I want to tell you how I got myself back on track with my own workout program. So as you know, I do currently still teach classes at George Mason, personal training through my business, and currently working on a couple of projects local in my area. And oh my gosh, you guys, I don't think I have shared this with you, but I've been sharing on my social media. So during Ramadan, I was in the process of studying the WSI, so it stands for Water Safety Instructor course taught by Red Cross. And I thought I knew how to swim, but apparently my strokes were actually off track. And so I had to relearn on how to do the front crawl, aka the freestyle. And the instructor at the Red Cross told me that I couldn't continue the course because the prerequisites for the WSI is that you know how to do the front crawl, which is the freestyle, the backstroke, the butterfly, breaststroke, side stroke, and then the back, like there's a backstroke, and then oh my gosh, the name is not in my mind right now, but another one. And so I didn't pass the prerequisites whatsoever except for the backstroke, which was not enough. And so I was really sad, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, please, like I need to be in this course. I know so many hijabi out there, women out there who need my help in swimming, and like I have been swimming since I was 6 years old, and I took swimming course at Nova Community College. So I was really confused and shocked that my form was just off. And so she gave me the opportunity to stay in the class to work on my form since I was really close to it. And alhamdulillah, I was really blessed to have the aquatic director at George Mason work with me, give me like her time for one session. One of the coaches who coached like the master coaches, which is like who work with the seniors, or like older people, right? He gave me his time for free. And then I was able to have also my friend from George Mason, another swim instructor, to give me her time, alhamdulillah, to watch my strokes, my manager. So I got really good help. And you might have heard of the muscle memory. So muscle memory can be hard to unlearn in such a short amount of time. It does take time, at least 6 months or so, to unlearn what your muscle memory has been taught. So my whole, for example, the front crawl, the freestyle swimming, you're not supposed to take your hand all the way back. It's supposed to only come 90-degree angle, and then you kick it forward. Again, through speaking, it's hard to show you. I'm a very visual. I have to show you in person, but the whole Ramadan, I was literally fasting and swimming, so it was really hard on my body, as you can imagine. And yeah, I was really tired, not just thirsty and hungry, but my body was exhausted because I was fasting and I couldn't eat until we break our fast, which was a long day. And so after Ramadan finished, I wasn't done with my swim strokes practice and the course. So I was taken down to the BSI, which is Basic Swim Instructor. And so I finally just recently passed the strokes and the test, because there's a test portion and there's a stroke test portion. So I finally passed both of them, and I just as of this week submitted my application for the Red Cross. So I'm just waiting for it to actually finally arrive, and I can start teaching swimming, inshallah, here. I have been told that I should niche down, I should specialize in swimming. And the reason why I haven't specialized in swimming as of yet, because the logistics for finding a pool is not that easy. And I've noticed women want a women-only private pool. They find it very difficult being co-ed, which I completely understand and I respect that. But finding a pool, it is not that easy. It takes time. It takes, talking to people, finding a pool, all of that. So it's not just okay, yeah, I can teach you right away. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. So that's just the updates on that. And so right now I'm teaching water aerobics at George Mason. It's been a huge blessing and I love it so much. And I'm even more passionate now to continue on promoting swimming, especially with water aerobics, to all the Muslims women. I got two of my friends to come to my class. Another hijabi that I just saw randomly at the hot tub at George Mason. I'm like, hey, you should come to my class. She got motivated. She came too, so it's really nice to see the representation of Muslim women wearing their burkini to come and take a water aerobic class. Personally, I don't wear our burkini as of now. I literally just wear leggings that are good for the water material, a swimsuit, and on top of that, I wear a rash guard, which is from Dick's Sporting Goods, a sport retail right in the USA, and a scarf that I got from one of my friends. So that is that for how my life as a fitness professional is. So finding time to do my own workouts is really a struggle too, you guys. Just like sometimes you have it, I have it as well. So how did I get myself on track then? Well, I signed up for a half marathon that's happening on September 1st. I took the leap. I faced my fears because it's happening at Virginia Beach. And I just told my mom about it. She wasn't that happy and I knew she wasn't going to be happy. But for me, being at the beach is like a must die for every summer. And every single summer I have problems with that at home, where like my mom doesn't like it that much. I have to be at the beach. I love the beach. Like water is my life, you guys. So I took the leap. I signed up for it and I signed up to do the fundraising for St. Jude. So my fundraising goal is only $500. I am at 120 right now. So I have still a short amount of to reach to, which is not a lot, but I still need to reach at $500 before September 1st. So if you are interested in helping out, please check the link in my bio and the show notes. So what is St. Jude, right? You know, like, why should I donate to you? St. Jude is a hospital that helps kids that are fighting cancer. They help them with their food, their research, they help them with curing it, their families. They provide a lot of help. So again, I'll link the website in the show notes, so click on that to learn more about St. Jude. And if you are able to donate, even if it's $1 or share with your family or friends, I would truly appreciate it. And that is a great gateway on how I got myself back on track with my fitness. Let me tell you how I failed off and how I got myself back on it. So I did create my own program. I was like, yes, finally, here's my program I'm gonna follow. It was like, it went from, oh my gosh, like 9 weeks to 6 weeks, and now it's like 4 weeks. I have like 5 weeks now, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh, all these guilt feelings came back to me as well. I started feeling like guilty because I didn't follow it all the way through. I felt guilty for like not eating as healthy as I should, or staying hydrated as much as I should. So the guilt really got into me. And again, my mindset really got into me as well. And so I started speaking positive to myself, saying positive words to myself, saying that it is okay if I have failed. It's not the end of the world. I can still make it. I can still practice. I can still run. I can still lift, do endurance training. Like, time is still in my hand. It is not over. I can still continue to practice. So let go of the past. Let go of feeling guilty that you haven't done enough. Let go of feeling, oh my God, I just messed up. How in the world am I going to continue or even reach my goal? It is okay. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to all of us. It's going to happen to each one of us where we're going to fall off track. And just realize it is part of the process. It is part of your own process to reach your own fitness goal, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to become stronger mentally, whether it is to become more flexible, whatever that your goal is. Just know there will be tough days and that you might be falling off the track. So when those days happen, tell yourself it is okay. I can still do it, and just get back on it either the same day or the next day. But try to not get off on that mindset. Okay, well, I messed up today. Let me continue messing up for the rest of the day. So for example, I had ice cream like this other day, right? And I ate ice cream with like the syrup, and I know it's a lot of sugar and carbs. And I was like, oh my God, I just messed up. What's the point of even continuing for the rest of this day? But no, I ate healthy. I actually went out for a run. Although running or being active cannot replace a very bad meal, but at least it helped my mind let go of the stress, of the guilt that I just ate ice cream, right? Because it really got into me as well. I was like, oh my God, I just ruined my entire training program. I just, like, all that I've been working on is just like trash right now because of what I ate, of what I put in my body, in my system. And I was like, no, it's okay, man. Like, it's okay. It happens. So I put my running shoes on after about 2 hours or so, and I just went for a run. And that really, really, really helped me out. And so when I came back from the run, I went back to eating healthy again. So that's what I'm saying. It's okay if you fall off the track, but don't let it continue for the same day. Okay? Because once you get it in the same day, you're gonna either carry it on for the next day, or you're gonna like give up entirely and like not even try anymore. So the same day that you mess up on your own journey is the same day that you pick yourself up, starting from your own mind first and then taking action upon it. So again, mind over body, okay? And also, oh my gosh, accountability is a huge thing. So what are my accountability system? I am part of the Facebook group called Mom Run This Town, which is a national chapter in the USA. I'm not sure if it's in other worlds, but it's in the USA. So in my community, there's a chapter for it, and I'm part of the group. I'm not a mom, but it's open to all women. And just either sharing my progress with the women or telling them what I just happened to me or seeing other people's progress, it helps me to stay motivated. It doesn't make me jealous. It just helps me saying, oh my gosh, I need to pick up myself and follow through so I can catch up to other people, right? Social media can be used positively and also can be used as a way to stay accountable. So how can you use social media for accountability? Well, first of all, you can follow the proper accounts that are giving you positive feed, right? That's feeding you positive stuff and not just junk. You can create a group with your friends, family, what have you. You can share it on your story or on your feed with a caption sharing what just happened with you. If you're still scared being vulnerable, I get it. But for me, that's what helps me stay accountable. Like sharing my vulnerabilities is actually one of my own ways in helping me stay accountable and strong. And it helps me connect to more people who are in the same struggle. Because you're not alone. I'm not alone. Nobody is alone, okay? And then the podcasting, like recording this episode right now with you guys, is helping me stay accountable and that I need to continue in being consistent here on the podcast and not giving up on it. And then with my email subscribers, I also have shared, because I also fell off the track with my emails. I just got back on track as well with my emails. And I told them what happened. I said, hey, like it's been tough, but here I am, I'm back with a purpose and an intention of being there for my email subscribers who are with me. Again, if you are interested to subscribe to the email, head over to the website at www.befitsforakhira.com, where I do share really helpful tips and reminders as well. And then, of course, last but not least, your family and or friends. Those can be really helpful if you have the right people around you. So I know some family members or some friends could be toxic and you don't want to share anything with them. I get it because I understand. I have that, and I don't share everything with all my family or friends because they're not going to get it. But I still share with those that do understand and that I can trust, such as my mom. Why giving up is not an option. And this is a very great segue on how to find your purpose in your journey, right? So number one is, what is your why? Why do you want to be active? Why do you want to be healthy? And I notice when I talk to clients, I ask them like their goals, I dive into it deeper. And oftentimes I hear the same thing over and over by saying, I want to become healthier. And I understand, and I tell them, okay, but what does healthy mean to you? What does being healthy mean to you, right? It's very generic, it's not very specific. So healthy for me could be that I want to be able to run faster, that I can have a strong mindset, that I don't have to feel depressed or sad, what have you, right? Being healthy for me means that I don't have feet pain that I have like right now. Being healthy means that I can continue taking care of my parents, for example. So it could be really many things, right? Being healthy for someone else could be that they need to lose 40 pounds so they can get off the diabetic medications, right? Another healthy definition for someone else could be like one of my clients, her goal is to become literally mentally strong, not to lose weight, not to be faster, none of that stuff that we hear all the time. It's to become mentally fit and mentally strong. She has a life coach on the side along with me. She, has her parents along as well. So as a fitness professional, I come in and I help her to stay accountable to her own workouts, and the workouts are meant to help her fight off the stress that she's going through, and just to, continue on staying accountable to her own life coach and being there for her to listen, to understand what she's going through. So again, being healthy is not, it's just very broad. So dive deeper, dive to your own why you want to be active. Why do you want to eat healthier, right? What is your why? 2, set the right intentions. So set the intentions. Once you find your why, set the intention to take action. What is your intention for going to the gym? What is your intention for the workout that you're going to do right now? Is it just so you can share on social media? Is it so that you can become stronger and then fit in that health in the dress again? Is your intention that you can help your family out? Whatever that your intention is, it doesn't matter, but find it, okay? And then the last part is to find that purpose. You find your why, you set the right intentions, and then you go for the purpose. So for example, my purpose here on this podcast and moving forward in my business is to bring the communities together to fight and stand up for mental health, to raise the awareness, and to let, especially within the Muslim communities and especially within the Muslim mental health advocates, directories, all the organizations out there, to also include us with them. I highly believe that as a fitness professional, it is such a duty on all of us, especially that I have gone through my own story, to stand up, to bring more awareness that being active is part of the solution, part of the recovery from the mental health. It can be depression, it can be eating disorder, it can be bipolar, right? But I cannot speak to people that are struggling with bipolar because I haven't experienced it. I cannot speak to someone who is going through schizophrenia because I haven't gone through it. I cannot speak to someone who has gone through alcohol addiction. That's a mental health that's not many people are talking about. I can talk to people who have gone through through depression. These were my struggles. I'm not here to obviously give any medications or how to, fight it, but I can at least say me too. I can at least emphasize and understand what you're going through, and then I can lead you to the proper therapist, right? For example, and that's why I believe that's my purpose, and I told this on my Instagram story, because I have questioned in the past Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why did he make me go through all this? And I haven't mentioned this on my podcast because I was really scared about it, but I did on my social media. And that is, my mom actually even tried to do ruqayya on me, which is an Islamic spiritual healing process. People told her that it will help me to fight off the devil, shaitan, right? And so she went on YouTube, she found this Quran surahs that are meant to drive away the shaitan, the devil, what have you. And it was really scary to be in that place, but I actually went through the phase where I literally yelled at my mom, just shut off the Quran. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever. And it's really bad to say this, right? But I the mindset that I was going through is that I was telling myself, oh my gosh, what is happening to me? The devil has taken over. There's no hope. I'm so far from Allah. There's no coming back to him. Because I was I just couldn't, my ears couldn't hear the Quran. So yes, that is definitely hard for me to say. But again, Dr. Amina on my podcast, after our recording, I told her that part, and then because she does ruqayya on people actually, and she told me that, maybe Ola, maybe you went through that so you can coach people through it. And so, yes, I have questioned, why did I go through all this, hell, whatever, right? Why did I have to go through it? And subhanAllah, as I reflect, I told myself, maybe this is Allah put me through it so I can help other people who are going through it, who don't have a voice, who don't have anyone to hear them out. They're struggling at home, privately, just like I did, and are too afraid to tell anyone about it because of what people will say or what have you, I get it. And that is my purpose, whether here on my podcast, on my website, on my social media, anything I do from now on is to stand up for those people that are struggling in silence. And so, in conclusion with this episode, is I want you right now to get back on track with your fitness journey. If you have lost the motivation, go back to your why. Ask yourself your why. Have a really deep meaning and a strong why. Set the intentions and then find your purpose. That's why I signed up for the half marathon and for the fundraising, that I can, I remind myself when I go run and like I'm tired, I tell myself, no, continue on running, continue on trying. Think of those kids that are struggling, that are fighting with cancer. Run for those kids, raise money for those kids, do it for those kids. And my body obviously will testify for me and what I do with it on the day of judgment, right? And so that's like my why. That's like what motivates me most of the time. So I hope this episode helped you. If you have any questions about your finding motivation or anything, I highly recommend you to subscribe to my email list and to come on my website, send me on the contact form, list your goals, list your struggles, and also one final action part. Come and join my Facebook group, The Purposeful Fitness with Coach Ola. That's where I am very active now. I have, alhamdulillah, women who are taking action, who are sharing with me their problems or their struggles, and that I'm able to help them back. You'll have more access to me that's more inclusive to women, and you can ask me any questions. I'm going to have more live sessions there, and it's just like more access to a trainer, to a fitness professional, and of course now, inshallah, a swim instructor. So come to my Facebook group where the discussion continues, where we follow up on the episodes and continue the discussion and support of each other. So again, Facebook, Be Fit for Akhirah, and then the group is Purposeful Fitness with Coach Ola. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, share with your family and friends, and please leave a 5-star review, your feedback, your thoughts, what more episodes that you want to hear more of. If you have any guests that you want me to bring on or that you want to suggest, also feel free to do that. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe today and leave a 5-star review. You can also screenshot and share this episode with a family or a friend. Be strong, be fit for Akhirah.